Hello and welcome people back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Captain Frickin' America. The man in blues and reds and stripes and stars and everything. The man who was a skinny guy at first before he was injected by the super soldier serum. And I think it's six of those, what do you call it, containers that contain the serum that was injected in his body. Then he gained superhuman strength, superhuman abilities, and etc. This is what Captain America's origin tells us about him. But actually, when we see his strength feats are not as impressive as one might think it is. Like, Captain America could jump a bit higher than an average human being. He's peak human. Like, if you train hard, and it's normally said that he's peak human in terms of his strengths and powers. He has a shield which is made out of vibranium, which was uh, I don't. In comics, there are many things like it was meant for him. Somebody made it for him because he used a like triangular shield, a traditional American shield. Then somebody made a frisbee for him and everything. But in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, he just picked up this random shield out of nowhere. So it was not even designed for him. He doesn't have vulnerability. He doesn't have laser vision. He doesn't have some people claims that he could almost see a bullet coming, but yet we don't see that reference in Captain America or any other movies, Avenger or Endgame, nowhere. The good thing about Captain America is he's a nice person. Steve Rogers is a nice person. He was given the superhuman serum. No, not superhuman, obviously, super soldier serum, and he gained like speed a bit faster than a normal soldier, and he could, punch a bit hard, but I haven't seen that much impressive strength feats from him. Because you remember that fight when he was fighting a killer on the ship in Captain America the Winter Soldier. I would play this clip right now.
Voyez que tu étais plus qu'un bouclier. Voyez que tu étais plus qu'un bouclier.
Basically insulting him. Fighting a random soldier.
On va voir.
So basically, that fight shows you everything. Captain America was fighting Batroc, and Batroc was, keeping up and actually hitting Captain America because he's not a like what do you call him? He's not a super soldier, the Batroc, but he was still hurting Captain America, and he had to use the shield to defend Batroc's punches and kicks. So you're telling me that should be impressive about Captain America's strength. I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe downplayed his strength, his power, his feats. So he doesn't have a list of great things. Some of them are really unbelievable and unrealistic to the point you can't just tolerate it. Like, he throws his shield wherever he likes, and it kind of bounces back to him. Kind of rotates back to him. We never saw Captain America actually training for this. He spent most of his time, most of his life in ice. 70 years in ice. Then he suddenly shows up and uses his shield like a pro thrower or some kind. That doesn't make sense, okay? And then he meets the love of his life and decides one thing to do that a hero won't do: go back to the time and screw it up. He went back in time and screwed everything up again. So, like, I love Captain America and what he stands for. He's standing on the ground with like no manipulation to anyone, no biasness. He's just like a person who wants everyone to be safe, have a normal life. He's the symbol of freedom, hope, honor, bravery, and everything. I love all that. But I genuinely think Captain America in the list of superheroes or in MCU or in DCU doesn't really fall under the category of being a superhero because he doesn't have the strength feat necessary for people to like him. We know all of this are made up terms like Superman, Spider Man, Batman, Iron Man, everything is made up. None of them really exists. But we, in order to like someone like Captain America, people nowadays doesn't really like that honor, bravery, stand, truth, justice kind of thing. People love badass. Okay, let's say Iron Man. Iron Man was a playboy. Like Tony Stark was a playboy, and then he was a genius playboy, and he didn't care about anyone if anyone died or lived. He didn't care until he spent a few days in an Afghan cave under some terrorists with a person that sacrificed his life for his own well-being, and then he used his own weapons and flew out of there. And then he made the Iron Man suit, which is pretty damn cool, and I really like the story too. Mm. Then Iron Man is everyone's favorite. You ask anyone, he's Iron Man. Everyone loves Iron Man. Everyone loves Batman because they're human, who elevated, who was elevated to such a level where they're rich, playboy, and they had super intelligence, so they made stuff to compensate of their lackness of having power. Captain America doesn't have that. Even I could even say Batman in DC movies or in comics had more had more things in his arsenal than Captain America. He fought few of the soldiers or like what 10 people at the same time without even taking super soldier serum. Captain America taking super soldier serum was struggling with Batroc and really had to open the helmet and actually show that he's a super soldier. So, okay, let's talk about the fight with Spider Man. Spider Man is a 16-year-old kid who got beaten by a radioactive spider, and then he got this power up. He could shoot waves, which is somewhat made up, because now in No Way Home they tell us that the Spider-Man from the previous version, I don't, Bully Murphy or something, he had webs created from his body, but the rest of the Spider-Man doesn't. So that's a point where I would love to see Spider-Man web coming from inside the body, because that is a spider's power, if you ask me. Um, then we have Spider-Man received a considerable amount of power from getting bitten by a spider. He had super strength, more so than Captain America. Captain America, with his bare hands, could, struggles to hold off a helicopter carrier, right? He struggles hard. Spider-Man, with his two arms, holds up two ships, like ships that are gonna be separated in a few minutes. Like that movie from I think Homecoming or something. That movie, he holds up two ships in his rod until Iron Man jumps in to help him. I'll play this clip right now.
What the hell?
So in that clip, we saw Spider-Man holding two separated and would be falling, like the ship is about to fall, right? We saw that with our own eyes. The half separated ship, which should weigh a ton. You can see the comparison of their strength if you search YouTube videos. Some of them describe them really good, really too well. So in those clips, you could clearly see Spider-Man with his bare web and his hands were holding the fallen like ton. How how um how much should a ship or a boat should weigh? What do you think? It weighs more than tons, hundreds of tons, and he was holding it with his bare arms. So somebody who's gotten beat by a radioactive spider could do more than a super soldier who was injected with superhuman strength, who was told to have superhuman strength, agility, speed. Like, yeah, I'm not saying that Captain America has to be Superman or he could fly. No, but make his strength, if nothing else, make his strength somewhat comparable to Wonder Woman's. Wonder Woman has a shield that absorbs power. He has two bracelets that absorbs power. He has what do you call it? A rope that kind of glows, and she calls it the rope of justice. Then she has a sword. It is the sword that can cut through anything, or something like that. She has super strength, super speed, and like both are shield users, right? And everyone loves Captain America because he throws the shields, and it has American symbol on it, so American people loves that shit. It comes back to the hands and everything. So I get it, right? Like Captain America's strength is like not at the level of gods, but make him somewhat strength and powerful in terms of comparison. Like you cannot even, let's say, if I compare three biggest threats from DC and Marvel, the big three, if I say big three from Marvel and DC, the big three would be Wonder Woman, Superman, and if I consider the intelligence, Batman would be there. If I consider the intelligence, but if I don't, Batman won't be there. I could include Flash in there. I could include Aquaman in there. Like they have more strength, physical strength. I could include Shazam or Black Adam in there. They have more physical strength or brute force than Captain America. He's just a man with a shield, nothing else. And the big three of Marvel's name comes with Tony Stark, which in case he's Iron Man, then Thor, and then Captain America. But Captain America doesn't have any abilities that enhances or impresses anyone to the point that Wonder Woman can impress us. Like Wonder Woman obviously impresses me every time because of the like that actress is really really hot. I love her for that. But I love Captain America for Chris Evans. Let's just be honest here, because Chris Evans did an incredible job playing the role. The expressions, the impressions, everything was exactly on point. And this is an honest review. So I would love to see Captain America's super speed, like strength, and the only respect Captain America ever got was to put off the Mjolnir and give Thanos a few beatings. But if we see in a sequence, everybody has upgraded their powers. Like Hawkeye, Black Panther, they also got upgraded. Then obviously the most person who got updated, who was Tony Stark, he was updated in every movie. So consider that point as well. Then in Infinity War, everybody has got a power up. Wanda, crazy power up. Vision, now after seeing What If, you have to tell that Vision is crazy strong. Otherwise, you're stupid. Okay? If you watch What If and if you say Vision is weak, then you're just stupid. So everyone is strong. Hawkeye being a human being, if we consider three human beings who you like Falcon, Hawkeye, or Black Widow, and then Captain America, being one of the top guns of the Avengers, I am not rating Captain America this down. He's rating himself. Like everywhere you see in the movie, everybody gets a power up or somewhat of an upgrade of a weapon of some kind. Ant-Man gets the power of being huge or anything. He's just a man with a shield, and sometimes the shield is taken off from his hand. It's not magic that he gets the shield by his power. It's just the fact that he has such a finesse brain that he could just throw, he could just literally measure the angle with his eyes and throw the shield and it will come back to him. So that's not believable because not even Tony Stark could have done that. Jarvis or Friday had to calculate for 10 seconds to do that. But Captain America, his brain can do it. Okay, fine, let's take that as an advantage. Then we saw the villain, Bucky, like in the Civil War. Then we see villain like Bucky, who gave Captain America a great fight. was struggling with Spider-Man. Spider-Man beat the crap out of those two. Like literally a 16-year-old kid, not even old enough to drive a car kid or a licensed kid, beat the crap out of 100-year-old super soldiers and a trained professional. Great. That's how weak this group of super soldiers are. Okay? And now, why did you think that Captain America won against Spider-Man? I recently went on a debate with a few of the comic nerds to see who they support, who is physically strong. I was proven wrong, and Captain America is physically somewhat comparable with Spider-Man. Nobody's ready to believe me. Then I say, okay, fine. If Cap's not strong, Cap is smarter. They didn't believe it because Spider-Man is more smarter. Like he's taking on Tony Stark in terms of his smartness. And like losing every debate, I see people, have sympathy for Captain America, but not what you say attraction or feel like, okay, I have Cap, I love this parts of Cap. So frustrated, I started searching in the YouTube about Captain America's powers and strength feats. People, I shit you not, people include that he's a good artist. That's among his abilities. He's a good artist in the comics. He has wrote the comics himself from his hand. That's his strength feat. The thing that they included was super strength, somewhat speed, healing, and shield. Nothing. This four and nothing. Nothing. Okay? And then we have like then three other more points. He's a good human being. He's a tactical. That's on the tactical point. We get a power. That's not something we should include in strength feats. Then the guy went on to include vans and bikes. Captain America has a bike, so that makes him strong. Then at the last point he says Captain America is a good artist. That is nowhere near his strength feat. That is not his strength feat. And every time when a person is like, oh my god, Captain America is so strong, they use that the Captain America can literally pull a helicopter with his bare one arm. So every time somebody's debating me with Captain America's strength feats, they would add that Captain America is super strong and he could hold a helicopter with his bare arms. Thor holds out a spaceship. Spider-Man hold out two falling ships. Those are their minimum strength feats. And all that so my point of making this video is they made Captain America too weak. Okay, too weak because I'm saying it. Too weak. I'm saying that because every Avenger could beat the crap out of like Captain America. Let's take on Iron Man. Iron Man, when he got angry, two super soldiers were not enough. Let's talk about the Loki fight. Loki's not as strong as Thor, right? He's not nearly as strong. So Thor could easily beat down Loki with one hand, and Captain America couldn't even stand against Thor. Yeah, it's not Thor, it's Loki. Couldn't even stand against Loki. He said kneel. He said not today. He got back up. He punched him in the fucking throat and face. Like that's not a strength feat, right? That is something I would love to see Captain America blow the shit out of Loki. And Iron Man comes in with his rockets and says, hey, Agent Romanov, do you miss me? And then comes up and one-shots Loki. That is how different they are. He's Captain America. Like, why downplay him that much to the point where he cannot even stand against the low power leveled villain? I don't know. I think Marvel really downplayed him, and though the movie worked in certain ways, I think the movie worked for Chris Evans' awesome acting and how he got one with the character itself. We could see it in every point of his acting in the movie. That's my personal favorite of Chris Evans' whole life, what he made whole life. This Captain America series, as this Marvel series of his, is the most coolest that he could have done. So I think what they could have done is give Captain America more power. I think to the level of Wonder Woman would be really great, because the only respect he ever got is he pulled out the hammer, which he was told that he could have done, in Age of Ultron, but he didn't because he didn't want to hurt Thor's feeling. And then he tries to somewhat beat a crap out of everyone. And then in Infinity War, we see him fighting against like Thanos, and he was holding his arm back, and Thanos had like the giggly wiggly moment, like, oh my God, he's so good person, he's trying so hard, but he's too weak, and then uses his left hand to put him to sleep. That is how freaking strong our Cap is. I think Marvel really downplayed him. Marvel did not care about him, and the MCU cast and crews, and they didn't think about the strength feats of Captain America. They just wanted to show him because of his lead. He knows he's tactical on that point. But in terms of strength, no. Captain America, as his origin story or in some comics, he's shown to use his strength so good and well, and he fought enemies that are way stronger than him with his physical strength, sometimes overpowering them. But we didn't see it anywhere in the MCU, in the cinematic universe, or in some other comics. Like they really downplayed Cap. And talk about upgrades. Captain America never really got an upgrade, to be honest. Okay, he just got his costume changed. And he didn't even have like his shield in Infinity War. He had to borrow Wakandan vibranium shield, like this triangular shield, and he couldn't do much with that. He had a busted like suit, and yeah, in Infinity War, in the end game, he got somewhat of strength and power because he lifted Mjolnir. He used it until the last point. He used the Mjolnir better than Thor himself, in my opinion, because he's like he could use anything with his own advantage. That is one of his another power. But I think they should have really thought about Captain America's strength. He should have they should have literally shown Cap's with more strength and power. Because as a big three, you have to keep that respect in mind also. You have to keep that in mind also, because Captain America is known as the big three of MCU, in MCU and in comics also, because he leads. He's the leader. He's everything. Everyone could literally kick his ass, like everyone, and that shouldn't be allowed. He should be more than someone. So if you ask me, what would have been better for Captain America is if they would have included some more strength, like Wonder Woman has, shield absorbing power, or super strength, super speed. In Zack Snyder's cut, Wonder Woman had very like not not as fast as Flash or Superman, but she was really fast that she could deflect bullets, see a bullet coming. She could literally see a bullet coming. That is what you tell. That is what you say. Or that is what you portray in the video. That shows that yes, this is this character's power, and that's how they upgraded themselves. Like that is a power. I could literally see it. But they say that Captain America could literally see a bullet coming, but we don't see it in MCU. And in the Zack Snyder's cut, we literally see her seeing bullets and deflecting them. Okay, and that's I think Captain America would have flourished more if they used Captain America, like if they portrayed Captain America's strength, like they used him more efficiently, and then they portrayed his strength onto the level of a strong human being, a considerable strength, like to the level of Peter Parker or Loki, like as strong as Loki, and sometimes that would have felt great. That wouldn't have hurt a bit. So yeah, that's from me. And if you like my videos, if you like what I say, this was not a like I didn't criticize Marvel or I didn't downplay Captain America. He's literally my favorite superhero, and I had this picture as my wallpaper for a couple of times, like because I love this picture and what it represents, and I think he shouldn't have given more. Like he had the capabilities of like a super soldier, but it was not like explored to its full potential. That is what I think. So that is what I just said. Marvel should think about every characters individually. Like Marvel are really good in terms of making movies and money, way more better than DC. And they, in order to keep that, he should show strengths and feats that impresses people. I recently made a vote. The reason why I made this video is I recently created a vote to see how many people like me love Captain America. It turns out nobody loves Captain America. In 6,000 votes, in total of 300 or 200 people voted Captain America. I had to mention like literally 15 or 20 people in order to complete my vote to vote for Captain America. Nobody cares. So I think he was downplayed. Now he's all gone, and this won't change anything. So not a point that should be talked about right now. But I talked anyway because this gives you a content to talk about. And if you like my what I do, you can check out my playlist. If you like all of them, you can subscribe and like and stay notified whenever I get a video. Thank you.